Wanted to offer a stream of consciousness for you tonight on this beautiful evening. Mosquitoes are everywhere, and I just wanted to remind you, you're not alone, that you are experiencing something that most all of us are experiencing. You're feeling the tug and the pull of the tides as they flow in and out, back into the sea of our consciousness. And what you experience, the turbulence along the way, the flood of inspiration, and then the retracting back into the shadows once more, only to discover the wisdom, the jewel, the gem within that darkness, shining and glowing, and reminding you, again, once more, of the light within you. And as you recall all of the times that you have come to this understanding, the repetitive over and over, in and out of the tide, you will begin to grow weary of that. You will begin to be feeble in the ways that you used to once react. You will become like a little sweet, peaceful hen sitting on her perch, untethered to the world that constantly pulls you back in and out, back into the sea of reality, of true consciousness, spitting you back out into whatever it was that tugged you back in for the moment. The moment is so important. That moment, it's it. What is the moment that you're experiencing right now? Is it true? Is it on purpose? Is it what you're intending? Because if it's not, I can guarantee you it is not in alignment with that which you desire, and you will not experience that which you choose to experience. But here's the paradox that I keep continually finding, however annoying it might be, that I must truly accept whatever is coming and arising in the moment. I must be with it, acknowledge it, be present with it, even when it feels like that. And I just keep on becoming more and more aware of the parts of myself that I have fragmented away from myself. How it is so exhausting, however, to try to change that, to try to force your perspective to be different, to try to motivate yourself when you don't want to move. Sometimes I don't even feel like there's an escape route. That, my friend, I know that feeling. That's when you have to become a happiness warrior. You have to put on this armor, and you have to get tough, and you have to fight through and pierce through the veil of false ideas, false beliefs, patterns. Something of the old paradigm, the old guard must leave and be exchanged with the new guard. The new guard must come and remove the old guard. How does that happen unless the new guard becomes aware of the old guard? You have to first see it as it leaves, because otherwise it can't come back into wholeness. There are so many modalities, there's so many avenues. There's the physical body and the health way. There's the mental body and therapy and coaching and hypnotherapy. There's the spiritual way, prayer. There's, I don't know, name it, you name it. Yoga, meditation, fill in the blank with the numerous ways that you get to uncover fragmented pieces of yourself. You have to be a willing participant, though. That's all you have to do. You have to just willingly participate. Today, I'm going to just participate. Pat yourself on the back today. You woke up, or at the end of the day, you made it through another day. Tell yourself, wow, that's pretty magnificent. I made it through another day on this planet as a human, experiencing the ups and the downs and the everything in between, and the boring existence of eat, sleep. And that's what it is. That's the enjoyment of it. That's Ananda bliss, pure pleasure of this present moment. That's what happiness warriors do. They forge into unknown territory so that they may discover that which they know to be true within, not out there. Happiness warriors discover They fight for the truth. They pierce through the veil with their sharp, keen senses, becoming keenly aware of your body and the sensations, becoming acutely knowledgeable about your shadows, your shortcomings. And a happiness warrior has one of the most important and valuable tools. That is the heart's wisdom. The heart's wisdom. That is like the shield, actually. Because when the heart is full and expanding, and like I call it overflowing, my cup overfloweth, that, my friend, is your shield. It is like a curtain that shields you from anything that's not like it. Or like a flame that burns up and incinerates anything that is not in harmony with it. And that doesn't matter if it's you, it doesn't matter if it's another, it doesn't matter where it's coming from within you or in your outer circumstances. That love incinerates anything that is not like itself. It will burn it up. That is a happiness warrior. That's the truth. That is what you came here to offer. That is what I am here to remind you of. Like a lighthouse for someone out at sea to flash back into reality the truth of who you are. This focal point of awareness is who you truly are. Watching your screen of reality, whether it's your thoughts, your mind, or physical people and places, regurgitating and reflecting back to you exactly what's going on in there. Whatever it is, you're just meant to be here. Experience it with love. Truly, that's what the happiness warrior is. Join me. Step into this. Step into the wholeness with me. Let's co-create together. The more of us co-creating together, the more wisdom planted on the planet. We're building legacies. We're building an empire. We're building a legacy that will last generation through generation through generation. Every imprint that you make in this world before you leave on our tiny, limited existence of this body on this earth plane, the tiny amount of time we get, in that amount of time, what kind of legacy will you want to leave? What imprint do you want to make on future generations? I want to shift the outcome of humanity. I want to change the trajectory so that it's like never-ending possibilities towards a sea of love. That's where my arrow's lined up, and I don't know if there's ever an end point to that. That is infinite and expansive. More of us doing that, the more outcomes we will see that are favorable for us to experience what we truly want, which is harmony. I don't think anybody of us really wants to experience more war, hatred, anger. What are you feeding today? Happiness warriors do not feed hatred. And that starts with themselves. Happiness warriors know that hatred leads to war, and they are no longer going to feed hatred. And so if you're finding yourself loathing yourself, looking in the mirror, telling yourself bad things about what you think about yourself or your looks or your appearances, that must be cut with a sword of truth. That is not what you came here to do. That is not the purpose that you came here to serve. And you're going to lovingly remind yourself that every single time. That is the only path that a happiness warrior must focus on, is that path to truth. Is this true? And I can guarantee you 99% of the time, you don't know if that's true. Because it's most of the time some sort of subjective thing that you have picked up along the way from the time that you were 0 to 9. When you were in a very young and impressionable and subjective state of your life, trying to figure the world out. You've made assumptions about yourself, the world around you. And you can see it when you are raising a pet. Like with my puppy. Raising her, I get to see all around the impressions that she gets. And to the best of my ability, I try to make those impressions really great ones. But you can see how an animal who was raised with maybe abuse, or one that got traumatized from an event, how that can really stick with that animal for a while. And it's up to us to really to recognize that when we were young, there were not a lot of coping skills and mechanisms, and what you're dealing with is more than likely some child version of yourself, whether it's a child version or a teenage version or a young adult version. There is some sort of version of yourself that you must love back into wholeness and awareness. Period. Happiness warrior truth right there. What part of myself can I love more today? That's your assignment. That is your mission. And I'm not here to tell you how to do it or what's the best way for you or anything other than reminding you that the tools and the answers are within you. Giving you suggestions, giving you metaphors or analogies or things that I've discovered that might help you and spark that truth within you. Igniting you like a piston firing off. Kristen the piston. That's the happiness warrior truth. So much love to you.